basically, you know, good life. I surfed and everything was great until about the age of 30. I got into drugs and immediately my life went down, and since then it's just been a struggle. Once in a while I got to a point where I would actually look in the trash cans behind restaurants for food, and I was actually eating food out of the trash cans. Half eating hamburgers or whatever they were. That's when I ate. And then once in a while I would just find my mom, and if she didn't give me any money, hopefully I can grab $20 out of her purse without her looking. And that's basically what it was for the past 6 months before I went to CLARE.
I love fishing, and I've just, you know, I always wanted to be a deckhand, and then I wanted to be a skipper, you know, pilot my own boat, and I got to be I got to be the deckhand, and I was getting, you know, I was learning how to become a captain, and then my drinking and my drug use kind of put a damper on that.
I was homeless. I was lost. I was like a walking zombie in a sense. Didn't have no soul. You know, one thing I thought about every day was using drugs and robbing and stealing. You know what I mean? So when I found CLARE, I got life back in a sense. My dad came to me and said, "Seth, I think you need a program." And I took heed to what he said. So I asked a friend of mine about some programs. She told me about CLARE. That's how I found out about CLARE.
Well, I came to CLARE in the fall of 2004, and where I came from before that was living in the back of a 1982 Toyota Corolla, pregnant with another child that was 3 years old. I had my daughter in my relapse, who is 12 now. I had another daughter in my relapse, who's 11 now, and I had another daughter in my relapse, who is 10 now. And I stayed loaded for 3.5 years. And, you know, I see it now that it was, you know, it was something beyond me. I could have done jail. I had done jail before. I could have done jail. But, you know, the bottom for me was having my kids taken away.
I'd known about CLARE. You know, because I've been here, you know, in Santa Monica for years, and I used to walk by it and think it was, you know, for people that had a problem, you know. So when I got arrested and they brought me to CLARE, I figured, you know, I guess I have a problem.
The life that I have today is so wonderful. It is so, it's meaningful today. I used to wake up before and say, oh God, it's another day. And now today I wake up and it's like, thank you God for another day.
I get to work like an hour early every day, just so I can just get the foot of the store. Wind, you know, how you said, wind myself up more or less to get ready for it. Because while I work in the service deli, it's constant work. I stay busy, you know, help people with their cheeses and meats and sandwiches and things like that, being of service. And I look forward to that because it's not easy for a guy like me to get a job. And like I said, I got the job through CLARE Foundation.
You know, I started working a program, and, you know, here I am 9 years later. You know, at a year clean, I was able to get my kids back, and I've been able to keep them for 8 years. I'm like the biggest soccer mom.
I didn't know how to stay clean. CLARE gave me those tools how to stay clean and sober.
CLARE has taught me how to be responsible you know, and live a good life as a normal human being, you know, pay my car insurance and get my priorities straight, help others, and just everything, like I said, at that place up there, you know, I get to help my mom out. And that's real important to me, you know what I mean, because she's at a stage right now where she needs my help. And I put her through some, you know, heartache and some pain, and now I get to give it back to her and help her out, and that's real important, you know, and it just makes me happy, and it's just like I say, you know, CLARE's my home. CLARE Foundation is just like, I'm just happy I'm there, and life goes on, you know.